Welcome to the Times of Israel's What Matters Now, our weekly podcast delving into one issue affecting Israel and the Jewish world. I'm today's host, Jessica Steinberg, and I have with me former hostage Eli Sharabi. It's my great honor to host Eli today. Hi, Eli.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. I usually ask, how are you? But I know from speaking to many chatufim, to many former hostages, that it's not always a fair question to ask. So let me just go on and just remind listeners a little bit of your story. Eli was released from captivity on February 8th when he found out for sure that his wife Leanne and his daughters Noya and Yahel were murdered on October 7th in their Kibbutz Bee'eri home, and that his brother Yossi Sharabi, also from Be'eri, had also been taken captive and had been killed in Gaza. Eli, it seems trite and ineffectual given the depth of your losses, but I want to offer you my deepest condolences. Min hashamayim tenuchamu. Thank you for speaking with me and welcome to What Matters Now.
Thank you very much.
We are speaking just days after your brother Yossi's body was released home to Israel by Hamas. It's several days before his funeral, before he will be buried in Kibbutz Be'eri, where you both lived and raised your families for the last decades. I think you've been living there since you were a teenager. Tell us, if you can, what's going through your mind right now in this very intensive week of 20 living hostages released home and so far 15 bodies, including your brothers. Where are you at this week?
Well, as you said, as you mentioned, it's a very, very intensive week for us and very mixed feelings. All these last, events, occasions about that 20 live hostages and signing deal and all, and that hope so ending this war. And of course, my brother's Yossi's body coming back. Of course, it's a very sad end for the Sharabi's family. But we feel blessed that is still, his body coming back to us, that we'll have a grave to cry on, because maybe some of the dead hostages will not, their bodies will not return, unfortunately. There's always a possibility like that. And again, for the aspect of the live hostages, my friend Alon Ohel came back, and I met him, and I'm very, very, excited about that. And we're in touch almost every day.
Have you heard him play piano yet?
No, I haven't, unfortunately, but I will in the future for sure. He's waiting to recover, a little bit more in hospital, and after that, all Israel and the world maybe will hear him playing on the piano, and he's very, very talented.
I hope so. Eli, we're talking, of course, one of the reasons we're speaking is because your book, Hostage, has recently been translated into English, and it's really very high on the bestseller list. You're doing a lot of public speaking about the book and about your experiences, really. And one of the very fascinating parts for me as a reader in the book was reading about the very details of your captivity, the relationships that you created with your fellow captives, with Alon Ohel, as you mentioned, Elia Cohen, or Levi. The four of you were kept together in a very, very small, difficult space for many months, and that you also had with your captors. But going to the hostages, I know that you write about this very frankly. You say that you and Alon really created this connection, and that there was sometimes more difficulty with Elia and Or. And of course, that plays out with a lot of different hostages. I'm wondering what it's like now that you're all back. Do you immediately have a relationship with these people, or the ones that you connected with more closely?
So of course, with Alon, it will be, forever, and because it's like a part of my family now. and with Elia and or it's well, I'm texting with them from time to time, and I wish them all the best and good life. But probably will not be in touch, daily. So from time to time, we say hello and Chag Sameach and things like that. And that's it.
Right. I'm wondering if there are other hostages that you didn't necessarily know before the Shvi'i, before October 7th, that you have created a relationship with, that your experiences make, create this instant kind of friendship.
No, because I'm not kind of guy like that. I'm trying not to, hurt other people experience in captivity. It doesn't make any good to me. I know what I experienced and it's enough for me. And I want to put it in the past. I want to move on. I'm a guy like that. I'm not trying to hear some details and all this. I didn't watch television for 8 months since I was released. I'm very, very busy. Yes, I'm very busy, lecturing, talking abroad with my books and translating to other languages. I'm very, very busy since early in the morning until late night. So I don't have really, really time to,
Be in touch.
yes, be in touch with other people and that didn't know before October 7. I almost don't have time to see my mother and my good friends, and I'm trying to make some space for them as well.
Got it. You, of course, were a professional in management. You had that role at Kibbutz Be'eri where you lived. And you write about how much that kind of experience helped you in captivity, helped you survive, helped you get through it. Is it also, could you talk a little bit about that? But also, is that what's helping you now get through this period, this ability to get up and do?
Definitely, definitely. All my tours, all my experience is from Be'eri management. And I've been in many, many, roles there. And thanks a lot. I had these tools because it helped me a lot in captivity. Any situation you need to analyze and to manage and to know how to approach to this situation. Usually it's different approaches every time to any situation, and we had very delicate and very careful relationship with our captors. We had relationship between us, the hostages, that we needed to manage, and it helped me a lot. And definitely it helped me as well today, But it's probably a mixed with my personality, and I've always been optimistic. I've always been, try to find solutions when my little daughters came to me and said they have problems in school or with their friends. I will say to them, okay, but what is your solution for next time? And all this. This is me. So that's what I'm doing today. I know I can't do anything to bring back Leanne and my daughters, and I need to look for, other ways to move on. I want to rebuild my life. I know that's what they wanted for me, and that's it. I love life. I want to live.
It's good to hear you say that. I'm wondering about Kibbutz Be'eri for you. You moved there as a teenager, and if you could talk a little bit about that. Yossi, eventually, your brother joined you there later, I believe. I wonder what Kibbutz Be'eri is for you. And as I know other residents are thinking about going back, so, where do you sit in all of that? Do you think you'll go back to Be'eri?
Barry is an amazing place. Very, very strong community. Have been a home for me for 35 years. I have great friends there, and I wish them all the best. Most of what I am now is because of what I experienced in Barry, and but I feel it's not the right way for me, to rebuild my life. I can't be in a place that remind me October 7 in every place, and the loss. Barry lost 102 people, and 30 people have been 30 residents have been kidnapped as well to Gaza. And it's for me, it's well, to be like, I don't want anything to hold me back. So it's not right for me, but I know more than 80 or 90% of the residents that is in Hatzerim now are going to come back to Be'eri, and I'm sure it will be, they will build this kibbutz, and they will be stronger than ever in the future.
Right. You're very much in the midst of the talks and the book, and I'd like to hear a little bit about what that experience does for you right now, especially now that we're in the midst of this fragile ceasefire with all the living hostages returned. Has it changed since the hostages are back and you don't have to be as concerned with those who were still left behind, but who were left behind after you were freed? What is it like talking to your audiences now?
It's a big difference. Thanks God, all back, all the live hostages are back. And, of course, it started from being their voices when they've been there, and being voices for their families, and show my support like other people did for me when I was a hostage. So, and of course, I had this obligation to Alon Ohel and his family, and it was an honor for me to do that. And of course, it's different today, but all this speaking and writing this book, it's like a therapeutic process for me, for my soul and for my spirit, and it's helped me to process what I've done, all this October 7 and the captivity and my loss, and all these things helping my healing. So that's great for me.
And given before the ceasefire and still now, there's been a lot of anti-Zionism and anti-Semitism in the world, and you were out there. You were out there in that world. Do you think about that? Are there reactions that you're receiving that surprise you, or you keep on moving forward with this goal in mind that you just discussed of your own therapeutic experience of telling your story?
This anti-Semitism in the world, when I'm there and abroad, and from time to time, I see some videos and some articles about that and all this. It's first of all, it's more show the ignorant of people that don't know really the facts about this area, but they have a really strong opinion about that. And it's not, it doesn't hold me back, or I'm moving on and explain, and in every channel, in every radio station, in every podcast in the world, I'm talking about that. It's unbelievable. As I say all the time, you can have a disagreement with the Israeli policy. We are the civilian, we're the residents of Israel. We have a lot of disagreements with our leadership. It's fine. That's what good in the democracy. We can say that, and we are the only one in the area. But from disagreement to come to anti-Semitism or hate crimes, it's really unimaginable. We are not in 1940s. We are 2025, and it's very sad. I'm saying that to every leader in the world, to prime minister, to presidents. It's their responsibility to have a stronger voice against that. So I'm doing my job, each one doing his, and maybe we'll try, and maybe we'll try to change their opinion one day.
And what about here in Israel, Ellie? We're a country that is not yet at the end of a war, a country that has seen a lot of division. What are your thoughts about Israel and what has to happen here next? And do you see yourself as being part of that process?
Uh, if you're asking about if I'm going to politics or something like that, there's no way. No way, it's not for me.
Yeah, I actually, I mean, I wasn't necessarily, but yes, obviously still, but curious. I understand your answer.
A lot of people ask me, as I said to you in the beginning, I want to like finish with this process for me, and with the book and the talks and all this, and I want quiet life. I want to be come back to be anonymous, that nobody will recognize me in the street.
Do you think that can happen?
I want that. I don't know if it can happen, but I really, really want that. So I don't want to be, I don't want to be like a public person, still be famous and all this. I don't want that. But I hope Israel, and I know, will have a better future. We need, I think, our leadership to be more sensitive and more connected to the people. And it seems like now there's a great gap between the people in Israel and their leadership. And so I hope for the future we'll be more united as a nation and the people. And that's what I hope for Israel, because we have a great, great, great people here.
Last question, Ellie. What's been the most surprising thing in this process of writing the book, speaking about the book, speaking to audiences, the thing that you maybe didn't expect to gain from this process?
Well, I guess since I was released February 8th, I start to understand that people knows me. I don't know anyone, but people knows me. I get I get lots of love. People feel like I'm a part of their families, and it's great. It's great. I love these people. I hug them. I'm trying to be as much as available to anyone and speak with anyone. And that's amazing. This is amazing. It helped me a lot. I feel that I feel all the support. I'm very grateful for the support. So I'm really happy about that. I didn't expect that at all. I expected to go to hospital for 15 minutes after the captivity, and doctors were saying, "Okay, you are fine. Go home and be with my family." And that's it. Yeah, that's what I expected. Instead of that, I feel like all Israel is for me, supporting me, and that's amazing feeling. So I say thank you very much to anyone. And the Singapore and all these Jewish communities I'm visiting in abroad, I see there's some solidarity with Israel and the Israelis, and that's really, really moved my heart. So it's amazing.
It gives you the strength to keep on doing this.
Of course.
Eli Sharabi, thank you for being on What Matters Now. It's been very good to be able to hear you and talk to you, and we thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
And thanks for listening to the Times of Israel's What Matters Now. Stay tuned for tomorrow's installment. This episode is produced by the Podwaves. Until next time, take care and be well.